gonna need some tacos tonight. Mutation it.
So I gotta, you know what I'm saying? I gotta save the world. You feel me? From obesity. Shout out to obesity.
I like how this is done. Let's get it. Welcome back to GodTalk episode.
I'm gonna need that back though.
Something.
Let it be known.
It's Christmas vacation. It's New Year's vacation, whatever it is. So I ain't got to be too good at math. So what we are going to do is we're going to thank our listeners, our subscribers for tuning in today. I want to thank one more time my better half, Bain.
What up, world?
He has definitely been consistent with the episodes. He been holding it down on the Only Hip Hop Show too, every Sunday from 6:30 to 7:30. We there holding it down for the Only Hip Hop Squad. Is my brother Dane.
What's happening?
Who I'm trying to get him to sign a contract right now with the Only Hip Hop Show. He did produce the first season and it was a tremendous success. So somebody so important, we definitely have to ask him and beg him to bring his ass back to the squad. Shout out to the squad. LP, what it do? I am Sean Auguste, Radio Sean of God. Back once again for another episode of GodTalk, the podcast where all things matter. And I had to stop the conversation while we was going because I got two of the smartest men I know, my brother Bain Ali and motherfucking Dane Diesel in the building. So before we get into the wisdom, I definitely want to thank Father God. God, you are worthy. You are awesome. I thank you for your energy. I thank you for your creativity. I thank you for spreading your wisdom and giving me the courage to talk about it and be bold about it and not jump ship when the ships get rough. You feel me? So thank you so much, Father. Give us guidance. Give us something enlightening and entertaining to say, and let it not be about us, but be about something that you designated us to talk about. Thank you so much. And I didn't roll up yet. All right, cool. So where we did stop the conversation at was that's why I'm gonna name this episode BirdBox. We're gonna call this BirdBox because here's my thing, and I'm gonna say my shit and I'm gonna shut the fuck up and let these niggas rip this shit apart. Malheshma. Alright. My thing with BirdBox is the numbers are in. They got what, 45 million viewers? They got 45 million viewers to watch one thing.
No, they got 45 million
subscribers, yes, which is a way much better word.
So they got 45 million new subscribers?
No, the 45 million of their subscribers, which is $13 a month.
At least, well, I'm paying $9.
All right, $9.
It's between 13 and $9 a month.
So 45 million times 9 watched BirdBox. In like I didn't see the time span, but since it came out, all right. So my thing is,
it just came out though, like right?
Yeah, it just came out.
It just came out
like this past weekend or something.
Exactly. So that's where I'm taking it right there. BirdBox. The fact that they can get 45 million people to watch one thing and ... because it's gonna continue. The number's gonna continue. But I know, me personally, I'm not the only one. I don't believe I'm the only one that watched it, and I cut it off midway. But I only watched it because I saw the memes. It was marketed to me on a platform that everyone knows I'm gonna be at. So I just want to say that BirdBox was a terrible movie. It was like it was terrible for your spirit. If you a man of somewhere kind of like, I don't need this weird shit in my spirit, then it's a weird ass movie. You feel me? But I cut it off halfway through, so I do kind of feel like I got a little dignity. But I'm going to throw it to the court. GodTalk, man. Have you seen BirdBox?
I haven't seen it yet. I've heard about it.
Strong.
You know, I don't really get into the trends, really. So I'm waiting for the trend to die down.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to piece everything together by everything I'm seeing on social media. I kind of get the gist of the movie. Other than that, I'm gonna give it to Dane.
And it's bigger than the trend. 45 million? That's bigger than the trend.
Like I was saying before we got interrupted, but I wouldn't be surprised if the whole Netflix marketing plan from Netflix HQ was to promote the movie with memes.
Of course.
But nevertheless, to have 45 million people tune in, you know, in a short period of time, let's just say that movie was released to the theaters, like I left on the comment. But if they were only selling tickets for $10 per head or per subscriber, that'd be close to $450 million right there, bro. That would have been in one release or one box office weekend. I don't know if I've seen a movie that did that much in one weekend, but for the sake of just the numbers, you feel me? Like, that was a lot. So in regards to the gravity of it, like, yeah, that is a big deal.
That's the math.
That is a big deal, and it's a great business model, of course. But all in all, from to go to the point where, correct me if I'm wrong, where I feel you ultimately at is the fact that the marketing was so good, or people were just so caught up by the hype that, you know, it led them to see that movie.
Yeah.
Like, what were you doing? Like,
It's a hype move.
And that's the thing going on right now. These companies are now figuring out that it's better and more cost efficient to market on social media than it is on TV or print. Like I said earlier, the only billboard I seen in LA was the one downtown right across the street from the Staples Center at the JW. Big ass BirdBox billboard.
I've been seeing it on like little stuff.
But other than
I want
that,
to say I've seen it either on little stuff or I've seen it solely online or just heard about it from other people.
But what got me
News articles
was
too.
social media. You look great, by the way. What's up with you? You back in the gym?
I mean, I stayed in the gym, man.
You never left.
Never left.
Oh, sorry, pardon me. But here's my thing. When we zoom out of this bitch, right? One company, and shout out to Leor Cohen because he said something so deep and so great. He said, we're going to make motherfuckers pay with their eyeballs. We're not looking to get them to pay dollars and shit anymore. We're looking to get them to pay with their eyeballs. So I'm thinking like, okay, Netflix, boom, got it. Okay, perfect. They got 45 million times 2 eyeballs to look at one thing. And when I looked at the movie, bro, it's so violent. It's gory. It's like, boom. And I seen people's take on it like, oh yeah, it's going to be this and it's going to be that and be that and be this. And it means this spiritually, walk by faith. And I'm like, but I got to sit through one whole hour of blood and guts flying everywhere and neck breakings. And, bro, that shit made me feel shit days after. Like,
for the people that are desensitized to shit like that,
great word.
they're gonna soak that shit in. They love
it.
Shit, bro.
They love it's great. It's a great film.
I mean, look at all the Saws. What, it got to 6?
The old saying goes, don't nothing
like
sell
that.
better than sex and violence.
Mm-hmm. And dead people.
Sex and violence, right? I mean, but that's just where the distraction has to be at, though, because they know that sex and violence, and they being, you know, to me, they are, you know, some group, some small group, relatively speaking, to the billions of people in the world, small, but some small group, you know, of owners, landowners, shit like that, and they just like dictate. And because, for example, I was talking to somebody the other day about how, you know, 90% of the shit that we look at is bullshit. It's a distraction.
100%.
I was like, probably more than 90%, but I was also talking about some history that I recently learned about the invention of white people.
Whoa.
And, right, whoa. But basically, it all boils down to some because prior to the invention of white people, you know, people in the New World that was called the 13 Colonies, you know, America, you know, they were definitely working class people, and then like they were landowners. So they're in a sense the landowners being the rich people or the aristocracy, and then the working class, the proletarian. You know, I think that's the Karl Marx dude, but Karl Marx, yeah. right. The aristocracy and the proletarian. So, but the proletarian was represented by people who had just traveled there, predominantly just free men and women of African and European descent,
Right.
and others, and like a little bit of Asians, here and there mixed in, but it was primarily African and European descent. It was primarily men, of course, very few women, and obviously that presented a problem. And the biggest problem that was presented once again was the relationship that the men of African descent were having with the women of European descent. And the rich landowners, the aristocracy, seeing the proletarian, community doing what it do, that wasn't cool to them. You feel me? Like
proletarian and do what it do not go in the same sentence.
They didn't like that.
As you know, proletarian to me.
So it was either Delaware or Maryland. No, Virginia and Maryland. Like, though it wasn't Delaware, it was Virginia and Maryland. But basically, those were the first two colonies that, on paper, made it. Well, invented white people, because what the first tactic was, because once again the landowners.
The first colony, Delaware.
Sorry, white people.
The landowners were the people who obviously were also the legislatures, the people who created the laws as well. So they were the ones, in the
three system.
Yeah, so they were the ones. They were the ones in the the Maryland and the
judicial
shit.
system,
right?
The administrators.
They were the ones creating the law. So once of course, they had the money and the means at the end of the day to make it happen, and so they made it happen.
Get your Google out, niggas.
And then the 1681, like that's the year that the first law came onto effect. I want to say it was either Virginia or Maryland, but it was both Virginia and Maryland that had the first laws on the book. First it was basically saying that if you were of English or European born type woman, you can't really be with a man of Negro or African descent. And then from there, it eventually matured up into both men and women, and then eventually, boom, it was just period, just straight out like white. If you're white, like AKA someone of European descent, or basically you don't have melanin in your skin at the end of the day.
All right.
If you're melaninous,
what's the problem with white people, bro? Why do everybody got a problem with white people?
Well, once again, and that's been part of my growth, bro.
Is it really slavery? Like,
I just think it's ignorance. Once again, it's just and by ignorance, I specifically mean a lack of information. You don't know your history, because, like I said, once you go back and you really learn the history, and like I said, you learn that before these.
What if we just say fuck history? Why do we hate white people?
Because you gotta understand the history to know why they hate them. So people hate, for example, if you sit down, if we talk to the average black person, quote unquote black person,
that's racist.
Huh?
That's racist.
What's racist?
Like black people, like you're not.
But once again,
you're not black.
You say black people, that's bringing racism.
That's racist.
So that's my point, and that's my point.
You're defining racism.
Is if we choose to live by these labels of black and white. And period. That's really what it is. It's just black and white at the end of the day.
Black and white.
If we choose to live by these labels, then I believe that we are the ones who are continuing to perpetuate the cycle of racism. But if we choose to stop using these labels like black and white specifically, then we will have to start identifying ourselves, because once again we quote unquote we're all from the country of America, and I've always tried to understand how are people confuse their nationality with their ethnicity.
And you were born right in this motherfucker. What are you? That's what I'm saying. History got us fucked up, bro. Niggas is really.
But you have to
understand
it. But you have to at least understand what happened that led us to the points that we're at right now. So if it hadn't have been for so more than likely, if it hadn't have been for some fucking jealous rich white dude who had some land back in those initial times when the colonies was first getting erected.
Fuck the bullshit.
If that nigga hadn't have felt jealous, for whatever reason he felt jealous about just seeing a man of African descent having a family with a woman of European descent, we wouldn't be here. And because before that, yes, there was still slavery. There was indentured servitude, of course. But it wasn't the type of chattel slavery that we know of in this day and age.
That's more history, though.
But that's what happened.
Hello?
We got a caller.
Hello?
We got a caller.
Try come in, son.
Yeah, you live on God Talk. Hell yeah.
We got to talk. We got a caller.
Stop.
All right.
But yeah, bro. Like I definitely do, study some history because I just want to understand like how did we get here? You feel me? Like that's the question that
Why?
Because I want to understand why is it that
Your job be like, hey, how did you get to work?
Yeah.
No.
I do.
You just get to work and get to work. That's all you do.
But if a nigga is late, I'm like, what are you?
Okay, if you
what are
late,
doing,
you
bro?
late.
Why you late?
We not talking about being late. Charger shut. What up, Dom? Outside, baby.
Yes.
She good. You can let her come in. Yeah.
I'm just saying, if a nigga's late or if a nigga is gonna be late, yeah. I can't use the truck because
that's my brother Dane. You already know, Bain. Yeah, sit down. We fresh in the God Talk, right? You good right there?
You know what I'm saying?
Right there. Okay, cool.
It matters, bro. It helps us understand not to make the same mistakes in the future as well. So if we understand how we got here, then we know as people not to let no fugazi ass laws get put on the books. But like I said, we got to be aware, and that's a whole nother conversation.
You got it. It's like, don't you read the instructions before you play the game?
Never. I've never read the manual book unless one year, and I did.
You may not read the instructions, but somebody explained to you how the game is played, right?
Not me. I would be a lot smarter if I did, but
come on, bro. Who taught you dominoes?
I watched and learned. Only thing somebody taught me was how to ride my bike. Shout out,
you watching and you learning history, and you put it
right.
You using it and you put it into your. You know what I'm saying?
But before YouTube, I've been on my shit. I taught myself how to play the drums, sing, write songs, rap, all that.
If you self-taught,
that's dope.
That's dope.
Pre-YouTube though.
But that came from some form of history,
but
some reference point, whether it was a song you listened to,
witnessed it, was there, heard it, some kind of way.
Right.
Oh, yeah,
history affects me.
He just hitting the black keys like, all right over here. Bro, the white one's right over here. Bro. Boo, 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 boo. And this is what it is.
My posture. This history, quote unquote, is a game.
What history?
It's a controlling game.
Now,
the overall general history
on that point
of mankind,
controlling game. So that to bring it back to BirdBox. So to your point, 45 million people. To me,
45. I
look at that as the old Roman circus, the battle, the gladiators of the arena. Like,
okay.
Like, have you ever heard of bread and circus?
Yes, bro.
So bread and circus. You feel me? Like that's all stuff like BirdBox is. That's all stuff like the NFL and the NBA.
So for niggas that don't know what that is, what is it?
I mean, it's a distraction. Smoke and mirrors.
Smoke and mirrors.
You
create the circus so niggas that's organizing the circus can
really be. So it's like the circus is over on the left, and that's what they want you to pay attention to. But what's really going down is happening on the right.
The real party is over here.
Yeah.
Okay. And what was that shit called again?
Bread and circus.
Bread and what?
Bread and circus.
Bread and circus. Okay, man. That's what I said. I got the two smartest motherfuckers in the room. I just welcome one motherfucker. So before we go any further, I have to thank y'all for tuning in, for subscribing. I know y'all fucking on the way to work. Y'all at work. Y'all just woke up. Y'all on the way to bed. Wherever you listening, thank you so much. God Talk is the podcast where all things matter. So whatever you want us to talk about, please like, subscribe, comment, whatever. If you don't agree with Bain, because he's wrong all the time. If you think Dane goes way too deep in his analogies, let me know in the comments. If you think I'm just the perfect MC host, just tell me. It's cool. Let me know in the comments. But anyway.
So anyway.
Thank y'all for tuning in to God Talk, man. My brother Dom just walked in.
What's up?
I don't think he really counts because he's a Charger fan, right?
Yeah, nah.
And Phillip Rivers is like brand new to this.
Raiders.
Oh,
man, you about to beat the.
You sitting
please,
in the Wolves, bro. That's mad.
Please, man.
You a real Charger fan?
Yeah, I'm a real Chargers fan. I need you to win.
Like, are you a San Diego?
San Diego Chargers fan, bro. I've been a Chargers fan.
Listen, this conversation is taking a turn for the losers. So listen, as a champion,
we about to get this W.
Hey,
just thank y'all.
Himself a champion, bro?
Listen,
hope you guys get this done,
Bro, let me see a lighter, man.
I
You got a
forgot
rap, bro?
the Eagles
Nope.
didn't win their championship last
I did my
year.
last one.
Straight.
So, Dom, have you seen Bird
I got
Box?
paper.
Yeah, I just watched it last night.
Oh.
Yeah.
All right, okay. Before, all right,
So
So he's part of the
perfect.
45 million.
Perfect. He part of. Hold on, let's see, because I'm not part of 45. I got my shit on the
I
fire.
still haven't watched
So I'm not part of 45. You watch on Netflix?
Yeah.
You got Netflix subscription?
Yeah.
All right, cool.
You need-
All right, so what made you watch Bird Box?
I don't know, bro. People were talking. The way people were talking about it just made no sense to me. So
When you said people, who?
everyone, I seen it everywhere.
Where'd you go for your source?
My brother. My brother actually was the one that told me. My brother. If he tells me to check something out, then I check
Where
it
did
out.
he see it?
Hey, and you
He's
can
seen it
never
on
doubt,
social media, I guess. That's the
never
reason.
doubt the
Power
art
of words.
of the power of words.
That's
Yeah.
the biggest,
Word of mouth.
and that's
Word
what.
of mouth,
Thank you,
yeah.
because
Thank
that
you,
brings
Dan.
me back to a better. To a previous point
So
that I wanted to make.
he saw a meme.
He's seen something on something
On
social
social
media.
media.
Something someone talking about
Nine
it. or
times
something.
out of
the
10, it was
biggest,
me.
the biggest
Or
way
comment about it.
Yeah.
Comment.
to
For sure.
the biggest marketing tool is word of mouth.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Period.
Yeah.
Facts.
Second is undefeated, undoubtedly radio.
Yeah.
Third
Yeah.
is TV. Period. And then social media. But social media is going up at a
Faster rate, bro.
It may catch,
I mean, in some
Look how-
circles,
For sure.
they
and it's
already-
free.
Yeah.
It took radio a long time to get to where they at. It took TV.
Speak
I got
true,
the numbers
Yeah,
on my laptop.
It took years.
I can speak on the numbers.
I've seen that. I've
I
seen
got
that
the data.
infographic as well.
Yeah.
be truth. man.
But depending upon some circles you talk to, they feel that social media has already passed those traditional
I
mediums.
feel like it is.
And
Come on, this
and
is a perfect example.
and it's,
Arguably.
and it's all just like Gary Vee talks a lot about it, but he says, you know, it's like at the end of the day, you know, it's just like it's attention. So you just day trading attention at the end of the day. So if you're a
That's
producer
the
of content,
currency.
then you know that's why you like my
Previous guy talk.
me and Cushy was talking about this earlier. You know, we got to be more active, you know, online, and by active being more consistent with the posting and the content. And a lot of times, what makes people skeptical of posting the content is due to the fact that they either just don't know how to do it or they just don't want to do it.
Or
But-
I believe that they may, or let me just not even they. Sometimes I won't post things because I'll be like, you know what, this is not gonna get the engagement. It's not gonna get the likes. It's not gonna get the comments.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That is something that I'm very, very conscious of. So I have tons of content, like the video I just posted. That shit. Oh, I got tons of content that I would never, that I haven't shared solely because of fear.
Yeah.
But if you're gonna be able to be successful on social media marketing, you have to feed content daily.
Daily, right?
Daily, you have to do something, and you have to make it exciting enough where niggas.
Don't want to see
You have to
it.
post at least once.
So you gotta
Yeah.
be super or super. Ain't no middle no more. You can't play the game. You really gotta be extreme with it, or you gotta be so dumb like
Because you can have somebody,
Boo game.
you can have somebody that's quote unquote whack, but because they're consistent and they're active,
yeah,
they're obviously going to get reach.
yeah.
But then you can have someone who's super talented, like, you know, everyone knows that they're super talented, but in their mind they're being the cool guy or the cool girl, and they're just not, you know, like, or it could be fear as to why they aren't as consistent with their posting. But when you don't post, it's like you're seen as a creeper in a sense, as opposed to the dude who's not as good as you, but he posts.
That's a term, man. See, and here's and we're living, and this is a great. I'm glad you said that because I don't know where GodTalk is even going right now, but
No, we still on the impact of social
Yeah.
media and its ability to drive traffic to one thing, as you said.
we are living and watching new vocabulary
Yeah.
being created.
Facts.
We're seeing vocabulary be redefined.
Church.
And I'm thinking like, cause Smooth, shout out to K Smooth, he put on Facebook today, and Make Facebook great again, man. Speak your mind, man. Please, tweets.
2 billion users.
I need to just speak, though. You ain't got to post the pictures of your kids and all that, but just talk, man. Let people know what you thinking, man. Get engagement. It's kind of like a little therapy. But anyway, I forgot my point. Fuck it.
You saying something about K-Smooth posting something today?
Oh, yeah. He posted loyalty. Thank you. He posted loyalty. And I was like, loyalty is not in the Bible. It's not one of those words. So I just be thinking
it's not a Hebrew word.
So I'm just thinking like in the original language, since we love history so much.
Right.
Loyalty, all these words, respect that we, nigga, you don't respect me.
Yeah.
That we didn't created wars over, jail time over, death for. They swag.
Yeah.
They words like swag and like what other words we didn't invent it.
Damn.
Like, you know what I'm saying? Loyalty could be a man-made word.
Bro, you don't think it is?
Man, they all are.
The English language itself.
That shit McDonald's.
Oh my God. Yeah, bro.
That shit is McDonald's, bro.
Spell words.
But you have to understand the current vernacular, vocabulary of the here and now, in order to make sure that you understanding what's happening.
Yeah, but
in
listen,
the room you're in.
Here's where I
in.
agree with you, and this is why I think you a genius, because you said history fucking matters. And if we really take time to look at the origin and shit of the words that we say, I feel like maybe about 74% of those shit we say we wouldn't say. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So it's just like history does matter. Marketing matters. And I want to know how you guys feel about marketing. Do you feel like it's manipulation?
Man, I'm gonna become a marketing genius.
They're playing 45 million people. That's manipulating. You cannot tell me.
I don't believe it's manipulation, because once again, at the end of the day, someone still has to click Netflix. They still have to.
If you get 45 million people to walk in this direction,
and they still have to click yes, play.
See, look, the thing is, Netflix wins because they already have the subscribers.
Good.
All they gotta do is click on their TV and look on their phone. They ain't gotta go to the movies and watch BirdBox.
And they're still getting paid for each stream.
You feel me? So,
period.
Yeah, it's an original movie, right?
Yeah.
They can go straight to Netflix, bro. They ain't paying for no licenses.
It was an original movie.
Yeah.
Pay the production.
Crazy part about it.
You know what I'm saying? Pay the production and pay the talent. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
They're gonna get their bread off the top. But, bro.
Damn.
Now, here's my underlying message, right? Knowing that they don't have to, knowing that it's gonna work, knowing that it's gonna pop, fuck it, let me not even say that. Dom, you watched BirdBox.
Yeah.
What was your take from BirdBox?
I don't know, bro. I feel like every time when I watch a Netflix original, they're they're purposely trying to reel in people's attention like that to lay off a message through their movies. It's just what it seems like to me. But I couldn't take in like the actual like outtake of like what they're trying to put out there to us.
Yeah.
That was the one thing about it. I just didn't understand fully what they're trying to give to us.
It was hidden. It was hidden.
Yeah, exactly.
It was too deep in the gore and the blood and all that. Like
that 75% of the people won't even know what they're taking in, what they're watching. What, you know what I mean?
That's the thing. What's that saying that it's like you have to create something like how Family Guy, the factor of like, oh shit, did that
the wow
really
factor?
Happen? The wow factor plays a big part in it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I would never expected Gore, being a person that didn't see the movie.
Yeah,
I wouldn't
exactly.
Yeah.
So when you see, it's like, oh shit,
it's like
really going
why?
on.
It's like
Now people are tuned in. Now they talking about it.
I mean, for me personally, like I just saw Sandra Bullock and I was just like, nah, I'm not interested. Like,
exactly.
I'm not interested.
The shit is.
It doesn't look interesting to me.
The shit makes me. It makes me feel some shit right now, bro. The shit weird.
But I've seen Sandra Bullock and other stuff, but for some reason, for BirdBox, I didn't feel compelled to go watch this movie. Like I didn't, like you said, if now I will say this: if somebody had came to me and been like, "Hey, bro, you need to go watch this movie," like I would have watched it. But just from me being in the mix of things organically, like no,
I'm
gonna tell you straight up, you don't need to go watch it.
It's unnecessary.
Watch it. Yeah, it's unnecessary.
It's unnecessary.
It's
bro.
unnecessary.
It's a waste.
Like,
yeah,
it's a
It's
waste.
a distraction.
It's a distraction.
So, quote unquote, it's supposed to be a positive message hidden inside a bunch of negativity.
That's what someone said when I said this is bullshit.
Yeah.
I said I cut this movie off halfway through. I don't get the fucking shit. I'm done. And somebody sent this like, hey, it's saying walk by faith. I'm like, but a nigga just, all right.
Yeah.
No spoiler gang, but you feel me? But it's like, I'm not gonna do all that. But all I'm saying is, ... I'm good. Books is where it's at. We need less entertainment. We need more lessons. We need more teachers. We need more conversations, more connections, more communication. We need more smiles. We need people willing to listen. You feel me? Everybody wants to talk about themselves. Nobody wants to listen to other people. So we just want to take this time out and God talk. If you have anything on your mind, anything you want to bring to the panel, any guests you want me to bring back, Bain, if you got any questions for Bain, you got any questions for Dane, is he going back to the only hip-hop show? We don't know, but we gonna see. Dom, why does he like the Chargers so much? Their uniforms are so bad. But
They can't.
They got the hardest.
They can't sell out no.
they can't sell out no stadium.
None, bro.
If you have any questions, man, please, this is the podcast, God Talk, all things matter. And congratulations to us. Shout out to Bain Ali. We are on motherfucking Spotify, Tidal, Apple, wherever you find your podcast. We are there. You feel me? So we are definitely making some progress with this thing. Before this year end, I want to wish everybody a Merry Christmas, Happy New Year, Hanukkah, all that good stuff. Bang.
Happy Kwanzaa too.
Get us out of here, man.
Alright, man, we out this bitch. You heard? Nah, let me stop acting ignorant. But anyways, yeah, man. I wanna bring positivity into the new year. You feel me? It's all about the execution now. You understand? And I just want everybody to progress. You know what I'm saying? And shit, never give up, man. You know?
That is a book by Donald Trump, by the way.